And here's the thing about it, truth be told, 1986 was not really a year of singles. It's piggybacking off 84 and the LP explosion of 85. And 1986 feels like it was a turning point, not just a highlight reel, which brings us to the albums. First of all, I want to give an honorable mention to Stetson Sonic with their On Fire album, Umo D with Wild Wild West and Go See the Doctor. A couple of big hits at that time. But then, you know, another album that we get into is Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh Crew. You know, they had a song called Nothing on there. Then they had the show with the Oh My God remix that I never thought I'd need to hear, you know what I mean? But to me, it was better than the original and more likely to get a party started. And then one more song was pretty tight on there, was All the Way to Heaven. I mentioned Chicago was put on the map. Also, a little crew out of Miami called the Two Live Crew, featuring Luke Skywalker. Now known as Luke, but you know, first was Skywalker, but they made him drop the name. Now, here's the thing about it though. The album came out in 86, it didn't really catch on until 87. There was no algorithm back then or nothing like that, but it was on fire with hits like the title track, Word, you know what I mean, and Throw the D. You know what I'm saying? And also, Get It Girl was a dance sensation. It kept the dance floor lit. You know, Fat Boys. Once again, y'all, I gotta mention my guys, man. You know what? They had an album called Big and Beautiful, and if nothing else, they were consistent. They were consistent. 3 years in a row, they dropped the album. This one right here, it had a couple of hits that landed, like Sex Machine, which is really for an older crowd. Kind of smart on their part to take a James Brown joint and turn it into something that my mom and them liked listening to, you know what I mean? And then they had In the House, which had a sample drum kick, sort of like a song that would become known in 1987. Very popular song, 87 and then 88. We'll talk about that then. Make sure y'all tap in for 87 and 88. But I also like songs like Breakdown and Rap Symphony and C Minor on that album too. You know what I mean? They was getting a little real lyrical with it and everything else, you know what I'm saying? Had to give them a shout out.